For some, the thought of going out there and finding your person is terrifying, and I'm talking paralyzing, can't get out of bed fear. And if that sounds like you, this video is for you because today we are talking about what it means to be a warrior on the battlefield of love and how to be one without being afraid. When I was younger, I had no problem putting myself out there. Striking up a conversation with someone I found interesting, asking a girl out on a date. But then something happened that shifted my whole perspective on dating and relationships. At the time, I was in a committed relationship and hadn't really dated much in the years prior. So when it ended, I felt completely lost. Not only was I feeling all the normal emotions that come with a breakup, sadness, loneliness, grief, but I was also terrified. Terrified of starting over, terrified of having to put myself back into the dating scene. It was like this huge mountain in front of me, and I just didn't know how to start climbing it. I felt so incompetent and unprepared, and the more I tried to push the fear away, the bigger the mountain became. And then one day I had an epiphany. I realized that the only way to get to the other side of the mountain was to go through it. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that the fear itself wasn't the problem. It was actually trying to protect me from getting hurt. And if I could acknowledge it, work through it, and learn how to be with it, then I would be able to get to the other side where I could find happiness again. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. And you can use this same process to face whatever fear is holding you back right now. Step number one is to identify the fear. Fear of looking stupid, fear of rejection, fear of being alone. Whatever it is, write it down, give it a name, that way you can see it and acknowledge it without having to feel it. Step number two is to dig deeper and uncover why you have that fear. Why are you afraid of looking stupid? Is it because you don't want people to think you're weak or unworthy? Maybe your past experiences have made you feel like you're not good enough, like you don't deserve to be loved, or that you will never find someone as good as your ex. Once you pinpoint the why, you can start to break it down and challenge these thoughts. For example, maybe you think you have to be perfect in order to be loved, so you spend a lot of time and energy trying to be someone you're not. But when you do that, you're setting yourself up for disappointment because nobody is perfect. So instead, try to accept yourself for who you are and love yourself despite your flaws. That way you'll be more open to accepting someone else's flaws as well. Step three is to take responsibility. We often hold on to our fears and insecurities as a way to protect ourselves. But that's like trying to stop a tornado with a leaf blower. Instead, learn to let go of those fears and insecurities and take responsibility for your actions. If you want something bad enough, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to get it, and sometimes that means taking risks. Step four is to take massive action. This is the part where you actually go out there and do the thing that scares you, and it doesn't have to be a big, overwhelming step. Just something small that you're comfortable with. For example, if you're afraid of rejection, you could start by striking up conversations with people you find attractive. It doesn't have to be romantic. Just talk to them, get comfortable with the idea of rejection. Then once that feels easy, you can start asking people out on dates. And if you've been single for a while and don't know where to start, check out my video on how to meet people. I go through several different ways you can meet quality people both online and offline. Step 5 is to accept that failure is not the opposite of success. It's actually part of it. In fact, every successful person out there has failed many times before they got to where they are now. And if you look at the big picture, you'll see that the things you are afraid of failing at are actually the things that will make you the happiest. So it's worth taking the risk. And finally, step number 6 is to remember that you're not alone. There are so many people out there who have been in your shoes and felt the same fears and insecurities that you are feeling right now, and they have done the hard work of facing their fears and coming out on the other side stronger and happier for it. So reach out to them, connect with them, ask for advice, and most importantly, remind yourself that you're not alone in this. When I was going through my own fear of dating after a long-term relationship ended, I reached out to a family member who had gone through a similar situation. I picked her brain, asked her how she got through it, what worked for her, and most importantly, just knowing that she had been through it gave me so much comfort. It made it feel less scary and more surmountable. And now I find myself in a new relationship and things are going great. I found the other side of that mountain, and I am so grateful that I did, because now I have someone who makes me laugh every day, who I can be myself around, and who loves me for who I am. And that's the thing about fear. When you choose to face it, it loses its power over you, and you get to decide whether you want to keep living in fear or if you want to go out there and take a chance on love. A few years ago, I set out to help as many people as possible find and maintain fulfilling relationships. And today we have other on their journey to love. And if you'd like to be a part of it, I have two requests. First, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more people and spread our message. And second, if you've already subscribed, take a moment to leave a comment below telling us what country you're watching from. I love reading your comments and it gives us a chance to connect with you on a more personal level. Okay, now it's your turn to take action. Go out there and face that fear head on, whether it's striking up a conversation with someone you find attractive, going on a date, or just putting yourself out there and seeing what happens. You might be surprised at what you're capable of. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. We have a community of millions of people who are rooting for you and want you to succeed. IA've personally reached out to so many people who have been struggling to find love, and IA've seen firsthand how much it can hurt and how frustrating it can be. But I have also seen how amazing it can be when you finally find that special someone who makes it all worthwhile.